Bortle here at Houston, Texas Regional, 420 players, 9 rounds of Swiss, top 40 invites given out. My goodness, with whoa, please introduce yourself to the world.
My name is Dhanvi Marrapu. I went X1 and I was playing Tenpai with no hand traps.
No hand traps?
Yep, only breakers. Yep.
Jeez, yo, how were your matchups like throughout the day?
They were pretty good. The only match I lost was the Tenpai mirror, and like that matchup, it's like comparing hands pretty much. So I just got a bit unlucky. But like I was like hoping I play against Snake Guy because I know I like beat that deck every time.
Oh,
and yeah, so I played against 3 mirrors, 2 Snake Guy, 1 Rescue Ace, and then like 2 U-Bell. And I beat the Snake Eyes 2-0. I beat the Rescue Ace 2-0. It's also free.
Yo, before we see the deck profile, any shoutouts?
Shout out to my homies that came here with me. Shout out to Bryant for lending me 2 cards. And yeah, that's about it. If you know, you know.
There you go. Without further ado, please take it away with the top 8 deck profile.
Okay, so that's just standard Tenpai cards. I don't think I really need to explain them. They're like, every Tenpai player plays the same things.
Yeah,
so,
3 of everything, but
yeah, 2 of the green guy,
yeah.
And then, so I'm on breakers, and like I'm on breakers, like first because they're more fun, and second because like hand traps are like inconsistent. They're either like really good or they're really bad. Like they either do nothing or they do everything. But breakers, they always give you value at the end. And even if it's like less than like imperming Ash and forcing them to pass, it still like gives you some value. So like if you're playing enough breakers, you can pretty consistently break any board. So I'm on 3 Ageki, 3 Dark Roll, 3 of this, and then, so these are Destruction, and then Ultimate Slayer, and this is a target for Ultimate Slayer, it's the Live Twin. I'll explain that in the extra deck. And then Super Poly, this, Thrust Tactics, and then 3 pots, because it's good with breakers and it's just more consistency.
How are these ratios, man?
They're pretty good. The 3rd thrust is in the side, so I didn't want to brick on like Thrust and Tactics, so I'm only playing 2 of them. This is not a once per turn. Like none of these are once per turn, so like sometimes you could use multiple. Whoa. And they all require a discard, so they're fine. And these are pretty good because, like, even though if you Raigeki like a Snake Eye board, they'll like bring 2 back. If you like Raigeki or Dark Hole them again, then they have nothing. So it's like,
did that happen?
Yes, yes, it happened. Like I played against a Snake Eye player, I Dark Holed him. He like Flamberge brought 2 back, and then I Raigeki'd him, and then he just lost. He doesn't even have anything on his board. So it all performed like really insane. Like all of this was good. I sided this out when I was going first, and I don't think there was like anything here that was like super bad, except maybe Super Poly. But I think it's very good in the mirror. It won me the mirror twice, so it's like pretty good. So that's pretty much it. And this card is insane. Okay, a lot of people don't like think about this card, but if this card resolves against like Snake Eye, then you will win the game. It's like really good because. So if I go into the extra deck.
And this is 40 card main deck?
Yeah, 40 card main deck. If you go into the extra deck, you send this card. So the Snake Eye board is like Apo, sometimes Harbinger, and then IP.
Yeah.
So you use this, you target the Appaloosa, and then send this for cost. So we'll shuffle back the Apo, and then this, combined with this, non-target sends a card on the field. So you can either send IP or Harbinger, and like they've lost so much of their interaction that like if you have like any other breaker or like even a lot of engine, you'll just break their board instantly. And it's no problem. And like a lot of people, they're like, well, this is a brick, and it's like, it's true, it's a brick, but you have like the Tenpai field spell discards, this discards, this discards. So even if you draw it, it's like, you could probably discard it somehow. Yeah. So it's not that bad. So yeah, this, definitely the MVP that I was playing. So I guess we can go into the extra deck. So
Super Poly was decent for you? Yeah,
Super Poly was pretty good. It won me the U-Bell matchup and the mirror match.
U-Bell?
Yeah, U-Bell, yeah. So that was good. And then for the extra deck, so I was on 2 of this, 1 of this, 1 of this, 1 of this, and 1 of this. I just cut it as little as possible because I'm on Super Poly and Ultimate Slayer, so I had like so little space. Yeah. I don't really think I missed anything else that like you would normally run, because like anything else, because you're playing so many breakers, you don't really need like the Moonlight or stuff, because the Moonlight like bounces a card, but you have so many breakers, you're mostly like destroying them with the breakers, so you don't really miss out on much of them. So I don't think I'd change it very much. You don't have a whole lot to go first. Like when you're going first, you're just using this, and then like the side that helps you go first, and then Typhon's like just pretty good. And then for Super Power targets, I'm playing just these 3. This is for Snake Eye, and then these 2 are just generic for many matchups. And then 1 Ultimate Slayer target for each of the different types. They're all pretty good. Again, I would highly recommend playing this. I don't think you play Ultimate Slayer without playing this card.
Oh yeah.
And then Entus is pretty good. I don't know, they're all pretty good. So I think extra deck's like I think it's as good as it could be. Like maybe this could be an SP. I didn't summon this once, but like in theory it comes up. Okay. So it's like
yeah, it's pretty tight extra deck space. Was there anything out there besides SP you kind of wish you ran?
Not really, no, because you don't really go into the extra deck a lot because with the breakers you're trying to like clear the entire board and then like you don't really need the utility. I guess like if anything I'd like try to have more going first stuff, but you just don't have the space to play like AFD or like you usually need like 3 or 4 slots to go first and you just don't have the space for it. So yeah, that's the extra deck. And maybe you could get a second one of these in case you play against like Kashtira, but that's about it. And then for the side deck, so the main deck's like mainly for going second, so I made sure that like I had some like very wholesome cards for going first. I just playing like all the floodgates. That's pretty much it. So like if I think I'm going first, I just slide them all in. And then there are like some matchups like I played against Plant and I lost. I mean I didn't lose, but I beat him. But I lost the first round, and it's like that deck puts up such a big board that I have to go first. So I just go first, slide all of these in, and like hope for the best, pretty much.
So this was good for you today?
Yeah, this was really good. I flipped it once and it won. I didn't see it that much, but it's like pretty good. And like a lot of times you can. So I'm on 3 thrusts. There's one on the side. So post side, like if I'm not sure if I'm going first or second, because you don't actually know. Like if you win game 1 and then game 2, you don't know if they're gonna make you go first or second. You can just pick thrust and only slide one of these in. And then like my opponent, he made me go first and I didn't know, so I didn't have everything sided in. I think I had like this sided in, because this is also good going first and second. And he like ashed me on like my field spell search and I just thrusted for this and it made him skip his turn. So you can only just slide one in if you're not sure if you're going first or second. But yeah, they're all pretty good. He waved me won a bunch of games. Yeah, so this card probably should be banned.
A lot of people cut that card.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable if you're like, because regular Tenpai is playing so many hand traps, like it's pretty good going first regardless if you just like have seals and 3 hand traps. But because I'm only playing breakers, I have no hand traps to back up seals, and like seals alone isn't enough. So you have to play going first stuff in the side. Yeah, so that's that. And then for the rest of the side, another thrust to search for breakers when you're going second. Duster in case you need it. The change of heart spells. Like this is just good against any Appaloosa deck. You can just steal the Appo and you win. And then this is for Fuko, the card that Snake Eyes is playing, that you can't out. So you have to thrust for this to try to out it. There are other ways to beat it. Like if they have like Flambrush on field, if you pop the Flambrush, they'll summon like 2 little guys from the grave, and then you can use Trident Dragon to beat over them. Like one of the Snake Eye players, he ended on like Fuko Flambridge, and I popped the Flambridge, he summoned 2 guys, and then I kept like swinging into Fuko to like keep like summoning and synchroing, and then eventually I made the Synchro 10 that changed the like Poplar and the Ash and 10 type position. Then I made a Trident Dragon, like popped the field spell 6,000 over 1-2, and that was a game. So there are other ways, but this is pretty good. And then it also beats Pearly and other Towers decks, but I didn't play any against any of them. So it was pretty good. It always goes in against Snake Eyes, but it stays out for mostly everything else. And yeah, that's pretty much the deck.
My goodness, that's just insane. So yeah, congrats on top 8. We don't know exactly the placement, but guaranteed top.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. And until next time, everyone, Bortle out.
Yep.